Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Things are looking great out here this morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, December 5th. When you hit December, everything starts becoming quite a blur, and that's what's kind of happening right now. I have had this cough for like 3 weeks, and I can't shake it, so I apologize. But it is Trooper Steve on patrol. We are tackling probably the busiest highway interchange throughout Central Florida. And I'm talking the attractions area, I-4 and World Drive. I-4 and World Drive has been a pain in my existence since you guys even knew who I was. Why do I say that? Because my first couple of years on the highway patrol, I was assigned directly out of the academy in Tallahassee to come down here straight to Osceola County. And this is where I got to learn the headache behind this intersection. So we're sitting over here right now on the shoulder. We are currently facing westbound from the on-ramp from 417 to I-4 and World Drive. Why am I sitting right here? Because it's going to be very difficult to hit all the points and just drive around. So we're going to hit them one at a time, talk about them, and then move on to the next. How about that? All right. So this topic specifically came from a viewer because she had mentioned how, you guys remember a couple of months ago, we talked about how Sanford Police Department was going to be doing an enforcement effort at I-4 up in 46. That's way east of where we're at, because drivers would exit, then go over the intersection and re-enter the lanes of I-4. Now, there are portions that this is legal. However, if the infrastructure on the roadway does not allow for it, then therefore it is illegal. We have seen some of that happening out here. I have 100% seen it, and I am in my head right now trying to figure out how I'm going to get turned around, so just bear with me for a second. But this area gets slammed packed. Every day, east and westbound, I-4, right here at World Drive, and then the next spot, 429 at Champions Gate, gridlock every day. That guy was flying. My gosh, at least 90 plus, 100 miles, still going. Jeez. So if you ever received a ticket out here, it was likely from the highway patrol. They sit out at this intersection and they conduct aerial speed enforcement. Anytime you see those white markings on the ground, one strip from one end of the roadway to the other, and then maybe a few seconds later you cross another one, those are our aerial time markers, how the pilot in the sky is able to get your speed and then radio down to us. This is one of the highway patrol's aerial speed enforcement areas because of the amount of crashes that we've had out here, the speed that we see. Also, the ramp gets backed up tremendously, and that's what we're going to show first. I'm going to wait for a major traffic break so that we have some time and we can kind of go slow. But drivers will drive out here westbound, getting ready to merge, and then it bogs down. So what do you guys do? You cut through the grass and then hop onto the main road. Now, a lot of construction has been updated recently out here because of these problems. So what I want to do is here on the ramp, then we're going to head west. I am not going to get back on I-4, because if I do, we're stuck and the stream's done, because it's going to take me at least 20 minutes to get turned around. So what we're going to do is we're going to head west here on the ramp, observe some things, then get on to World Drive, the celebration area, exit to celebration, and then get back on and maybe make a few rounds. How about that? So let's go. So as we are cruising here, speed limit on this ramp is 55 miles an hour. So I can understand why people think, oh, I'm going to fly because it looks open, but it's not. So right here, see that line on the ground? That was an aerial one. So we're now westbound, exit ramp from 417 to I-4 and World Drive. Speed limit 55 mile an hour. And you can see, I'm just going to stand corrected, they have fixed the issue. They've now put a permanent guardrail on the left-hand side here because drivers would exit the roadway and drive through the median out here. So you can't do that anymore, which is a plus. So we're going to exit here to World Drive and get turned around. You can definitely always tell because there's a hidden Mickey right there. off into the distance and hop onto World Drive, and you can see, actually we're able to hit a few different angles here. So we're gonna now head from westbound I-4 exit to southbound World Drive. Got to always be careful out here. This area is inundated with tourists that have no clue what they're doing. And then look, so when you exit, it brings you to the residential area of World Drive. Drops to 35. No one's behind me. Turning signal. I'm going to cross over here. And then look, now we can exit back towards I-4. So we're going from World Drive to I-4 East. Something to pay attention here specifically is you're going to end up not being on the main line of I-4. You're on what we call an access road that is off to the side. I'm going to show you here. Speed limit 40 mile an hour. We're doing 42. As we begin to enter here from World Drive northbound to I-4 eastbound, look what happens. You're not on I-4 yet, but you might think you are, but you're not. The two right lanes are going to bring you to 417, okay? The two left lanes are going to bring you to I-4. I can't believe I need to say this, but anything off that grass right there is not a roadway. So drivers should never be exiting when that bogs down, like where that Charger, that orange Charger is, to get onto this line, just simply because traffic is backed up. That is a problem that we saw out on the 46 area, and it's an issue that we're now seeing out here when traffic does bog down. Now, it is 10 o'clock in the morning. It is not horrible, but what are we already seeing out here? We're seeing a lot of warning signs. There is a lot of marquees up on the top that let you know, hey, congestion approaching ahead. And that is what happens right there at 5:35. So what we're going to do here now is exit at US 192. If I sound real familiar, it's because there has not been a morning in the 8+ years that I have been with you guys on News 6 that I've not talked about this area, because every day there's mass traffic. I don't know what that guy's doing, pulled off into the shoulder. Anytime you guys pull off like that 4Runner is, go and throw your hazards on. Let other drivers know, hey, they got an issue. So we're not going to head east on 192. We're going to head west on 192. And then get turned back around. So you can see this area is also very similar to like a spaghetti bowl. A lot of different routes, but it is properly marked. The biggest issue is you, the driver. You guys tend to really do some weird stuff out here that makes no sense, because you're worried about your phone, you're worried about where you're going, and this is how these crashes happen. I get asked all the time, what are these markings on the side of some of these walls? This is where cars have made contact for no apparent reason because they don't know how to negotiate a turn. So we're now on US 192. Look, I have even gotten confused out here before, where you take an exit ramp too early, or you intend to head east and then you head west because you didn't want, because you made a mistake. I have made the mistake simply because I am so aware of my lane changes that I never want to be the one that causes a crash. So I'm always very, very cautious. So we're back out here now, US 192 westbound from I-4. And we're going to get turned back around here. Actually, what I'd like to try to do, let's see if this will work. I have an idea. So we're going to head west here on 192. Take it to World Drive, and then take that route. I think that's a good idea. So, I do believe this is it. And I just went the wrong way. I should have taken the next exit. See? Look, I just did it, guys. So that just shows how much you need to pay attention to the signs. Because of how big, I love the fact that I made the mistake showing you because you guys have the questions and I made the mistake. So we need to be aware of the large exits because sometimes they look like it's going to be both east and west. And I just messed up royally, guys. I am so turned around right now. So now we are northbound World Drive from 192. I wanted to go south. And now I don't even know how I'm going to get turned around here because I'm going in the last place that I wanted to be, Walt Disney World, the most magical place on earth. Love this place, but this is not where I want to be right now. So imagine you're trying to head to Celebration or head on to World Drive, and now you've made a huge mistake. How do I get turned around? And I don't even have the answer to that. So we're going to go on this drive and experience it together, and then we're going to head south on World Drive. Yeah, let's see how this works out for us. Obviously, what would be the easy thing to do? Just spin around in the median. But absolutely not. I better not catch any of you guys doing that. I would never do that unless an emergency presented itself and I was in an emergency vehicle and activated my red and blue lights. I don't even know how to get turned around right now, so bear with me one moment. Oh, man. I guarantee Thomas is laughing at me right now because this was not the goal. I think I know what to do. Okay, so if you do get turned around into Disney, you're going to exit here at Buena Vista Drive. I haven't been out in Disney in a while. And then you can head and get turned back around. But listen, look what that did. One confusion. Did we create any type of inconvenience for anyone else but ourselves? No, we did not. I didn't slam my brakes on. I didn't get flustered. I simply kept driving and paid a little bit more attention to what the signs are going to say. Was that confusing? Yeah, that was a little confusing. But if it happened to me, it's happening to a lot of us, okay? So, key to that, you don't stress out. You don't react too fast to where you're obstructing the flow of traffic, where you're trying to turn somewhere. I see that some of you guys are live streaming this and watching this, and I'm getting notifications on a screen that I can see, and you genuinely think it's funny that I got confused that I'm on here on Disney property. But it just shows that, hey, if the questions are presenting itself, then it's happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to get turned around and head back. There's an exit here, and we're going to get spun back around, all right? What did this do, though? This could, if I wasn't getting paid to do this right now, and I was just someone on a mission to get somewhere on time, this could frustrate the crap out of somebody. And I can understand that. But the thing is, we should never allow any traffic mistake that does not cause harm to you, someone else, or your car to really stress us out. Okay, so let's head back southbound now. I let my annual pass expire, so I'm not paying that much money to get back into Disney. So, all right. Wow, I just noticed that they took the old Tower of Terror thing away. It's been gone for a while, I think. I have a cool photo of my patrol car in front of that way back in the day. Beautiful Crown Vic with my two other buddies. It was really cool. Okay, we are now headed back. We're leaving this property. Not in a magical mood, so we're not going to stick around here too much. So let's head back south. We're going to take this to World Drive and see what the exit looks like. How long have we been going here? 16 minutes. Not too bad. So, you also need to pay attention here, because if you're trying to leave Disney property, sometimes Osceola Parkway is a great exit, and you can exit out that way. But the signs never lie. If you pay attention to these signs as they read, and not like what we did and just assumed, then things flow pretty good. A question was recently presented to me. See that access road to the right-hand side? Now that road continues and runs parallel with World Drive, but it also has two other exits. So you're probably wondering, why is that there? It's there so the other cars coming in from those other side roads can get to your car. Would you be allowed to use that safely, properly, and respectfully if the main line was bogged down. Yes. Nothing says that you're avoiding anything. You would be allowed to use a parallel road as long as you are not avoiding some type of traffic control device or something like that. Since we have the time, let's go for it. Oh, this is the last place I want to go, but let's do it. We're going to head east on I-4, or we're going to head east on I-4 at some point from World Drive. But this is where I made that mess up. We're going over 192 right now, and that really messed me up because when we were trying to get out here earlier, the exit for east or north was so big, I just assumed both of them were there. But if the sign does not say it, don't assume it's going to get you there, because we just went on a 7-minute drive that I wasn't planning on going on. So the signs will never lie, okay? If it says 3 lanes going east, guess what? Westbound is not on that exit. Keep going. It's going to pop up, all right? So, all right, so now we are, where are we here? We are south on World Drive here. I am so confused. Yes. All right. This is funny, guys. All right, so we're getting ready to hop on to I-4 westbound. Okay, here we go. And I'm sure, look out, there's just a lot of cars out here. I don't know why the car behind me has its hazard lights on and driving. It would be illegal because there is no inclement weather. You can see that car back there. That pink truck. All right, let's head west on I-4 from the ramp here. See what traffic's looking like. You know, I'm looking at the clock. I think we got time to do it. We're going to take this to Champions Gate. I can't believe I'm voluntarily doing that. But we'll take this down to Champions Gate. Let's go. All right, so we're getting on to I-4 westbound at the Big Split. The Big Split is at between 192 and World Drive. If you're joining us late this morning, welcome in. 10:20 in the morning. Wow, that 4 minutes went quick. And we're going to take this down towards World Drive, exit there, get turned around, and we're going to call it a day. But the viewer that brought this situation up presented a point that I even got messed up on. So, I-4 World Drive, we are approaching it. What if there was a major crash right here? Would I be allowed to exit this and follow it parallel? Let's do it and see why not. So if the lanes to my left were all blocked, could I exit at Disney World Celebration exit and ride this parallel? We're going to do just that. So we've exited I-4, but up in front of me, what does the sign says? I-4 West to Celebration. Am I doing anything wrong by taking this route? Not at all, guys. Not at all. What would I be doing wrong? If I was speeding, the speed limit here on this road is 55. Off to my left is 65. So you need to be aware of that, because look at this bozo. Coming in hot. Kia Optima coming in hot. He's not that fast, or I'd call him a clown. So we're going to keep the clown away. But he's coming in a little hot there. He would be getting a ticket, probably 72, 75 mile an hour, well in excess of the speed limit. But what did we do? We exited a road to basically stay on the same road, which is pretty interesting. You are allowed to do that as long as you're not obstructing any traffic, driving over a median, and simply staying in a travel lane. There's no traffic control device out on I-4 like a traffic light that you would be avoiding, so you would not have to worry about that type of citation. So this bogs down also every afternoon from World Drive westbound here to I-4. World Drive's directly behind me. As we're coming in, I don't know what causes this, but a lot of people slow down when they're trying to get onto I-4 when you should be speeding up to get to I-4. 10 mile an hour speed change from a 55 zone to a 65 zone. So it is your job, your responsibility to get up to the speed create a good buffer distance between you and the vehicle in front of you, and hop on the train and cruise with everybody, all right? So we're going to exit here and get turned around. You can already see traffic's unnecessary. It is truly just an unnecessary slowdown. So instead of Osceola, Polkline Road, Champions Gate, we're going to exit here at 429 and then get turned around and come back, and then we'll call it a day. And we'll actually be able to see some of that ugly traffic that appears for no reason. I don't know why this happens, but we're gonna get to driving it. So let's get up to speed because we're going slow. So we're going westbound I-4 to 429 north now. All these ramps are within about a 5-6 mile range of each other, predominantly because of the attractions. But the type of drivers you have here, I would say 1 out of 5 cars, if not more, is a rental car. What does that tell us? Tourism, vacation homes. All these houses right here to my right, vacation homes. None of that is a permanent house. None of those. That's reunion. So you have people that are driving in our roadways that are not here on a daily basis. Some of them bring their driving habits here. So you got to be careful. So we're going to get turned around here on Sinclair Road and then get bogged down in that traffic, show it, talk about how we should be keeping a safe distance, what I'm going to call is a maintained safe distance, and we're going to practice that. I'm going to show you that exactly what I'm talking about. First, I'd love to know what this car is doing. Figure it out, New Jersey. All right, so we're going to go through the toll, nice and easy, unmanned, toll by plate. If not, move to the far left turning lane, and we'll get swung back around and head back. A little long for a basic topic, but it's always good when we get to see everything, and I like that. So we're here at Sinclair Road and 429. Now, this has nothing to do where we're talking about, but we can basically throw a rock to where we're talking about. This whole corridor right here, that southwest portion of I-4 is just traffic, traffic, traffic. And crash after crash, because people just don't pay attention. This, I'm talking about your head, should never be lodged into anything that allows you to become distracted from the daily. And if you know my sense of humor, you know what I'm talking about. So we are going to get back on to now southbound 429. Look at this, a lot of construction. Sorry, my cameras are a mess. A lot of construction, gotta pay attention. Slow it down, especially at the tolls. You never know when a pedestrian is present. Take it easy, don't ever get on the brakes too hard. And this is key, what I'm about to do. You hear that? Get on the gas, guys. Get up to speed. You're going from almost maybe a stop or a 25 mile an hour and merging to a 70 mile an hour zone. Get on the gas. Get up to speed and then slide in. Turning signal, slide on over. So we're going to hop on now to I-4, eastbound, kind of north, and work towards World Drive. Single left lane exit. Turning signal required. Exit numero 1. So we're going to go over I-4 here. I can't believe I'm down here right now, yo. I never come down here. I just show you on DOT cam. So we're going over I-4. You can see the traffic down there. Pretty heavy. You see those cars kind of just hanging out? They're moving maybe 10, 15 mile an hour. And guess how lucky we are? We're about to join them. So the key to this, mental preparedness. So you need to be ready, not paying attention here, so I'm not going to look at you guys anymore. And we're going to get on to I-4. What are we doing? What am I doing? I am looking 3 to 4 car lengths ahead. Who has their brakes on? Do I need to get my brakes on? Is there an opening in the next left lane? Is this lane going to end? And by the dots in the roadway, it absolutely is. Turning signal, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to get over as quick as I can. All right? That car behind us gave us some space. I appreciate that. And we're in. I am not trying to fight to get all the way over right away. Claim your space. hold for a second, because you just never know how fast the cars are going to stop in front of you or what is coming up behind us. So I'm going to wait for that left lane to clear. Looks like after this Kia Soul, we're going to have some space. I'm going to hit on the gas, turning signal, and we're going to come over. The key, keep moving. So many of you guys move and then get on the brakes that you're now obstructing traffic. Okay? You want to make this so it's like almost like a train. You know what I'm talking about? Like when the caboose, when the main engine starts moving, the entire train starts to move. If we're able to be out here on the road and be like moving as one, predicting, looking up ahead, things start getting better, guys. Way better. The problem is we think that we are the only ones out here, so we'll make a move like, oh, I'm gonna get in the right lane. Let me get in the right lane. And then suddenly, boo, you hit on the brakes. What are you doing? You're now messing up 15, 20 cars behind you because they're now, and you've started a slowdown that did not exist. Producer Thomas and I were just talking about that, how the person at the light always takes off real fast. They disappear, but next thing you know, they're at the same light that you're at. Or super fast lane changes, you're in and out of traffic, but you're messing everybody else up. So, yes, is I-4 and World Drive a mess? It is a mess. But predominantly, and the main reason is because of drivers' little mistakes leading to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not going to give up on this. I got it. So what happens is when you make a little mistake and you hit the brakes and then the car behind you hits the brakes, you're causing a chain reaction of braking and then a slowdown that was never even there. So I leave you with this. It's the holiday season. It is Orlando, the #1 destination in the country. And I don't understand why people call me when I'm in the middle of these streets. 10 o'clock every day, I'm not available. So many people visit here. So many people aren't paying attention. Be the one that pays attention. Don't be the local that gets into a crash. Don't be the one that gets frustrated out here when you know what you're about to drive into. Be part of the solution and not part of the problem. Safe distance, moving when the cars move, eliminating the distractions, and I ultimately think things can be better for you. Will the roadway be better? No. But I think that can be better for you. So for now, out here at I-4 and World Drive, I appreciate you guys joining me on my little vent session, little driving Miss Daisy around Disney when I got lost. But have a great day. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'll have, not sure who, but we'll have a special New 6 talent guest with us as we go and deliver Angel Tree toys to the Joy Center. One of the best things we get to do here at New 6. So for now, guys, love you guys. Please try to stay as safe as possible while you can. We will see a lot of influx on the roadways these next couple of days, and I just want to make sure that we don't have any tragic crashes that are happening. So I'll talk to you guys later.